Back now, we're going to talk about the 3-year-olds, how they're doing, what they're up to. Adrenaline Rush was sick his last start at Mohawk. We gave him a week off. He has entered back for Thursday at Mohawk. They draw tomorrow. Blue Monk is racing tonight at Georgian. He was a little sick his last start. We'll see how he races. Brilliant Corners was sick his last start, and the race kind of flat last night, but it wasn't really his fault. It poured rain all night. He moved him like 2 or 3 times. Carmen said, I think an easier trip, and I said, just put the horse back in the condition claimer. You guys now are understanding the difference between a condition claiming race and a condition race. On paper, it may not look different, much like Pluto and Venus may not look different, but I can assure you they are. And that is, there's quite a difference between a condition claiming race and a condition race in a lot of cases, and you're seeing that now. Brilliant Corners obliterated them in 51-4 and then got eviscerated. Now, he was sick his next start, we'll give it to him, but he wasn't sick last night. Carmen said he was getting him scoped. I didn't get an update, so I'm assuming the scope was not as bad as he thought it might be. It is what it is, and at the end of the day, I would rather have the horses racing in a more structured event. You know what type of horses are in the condition claimer. You know what type of horses could be in the condition race. Understanding the difference between the two is very, very important. And as I said to Carmen, I said, you race them where you want. You can tell them to drive them how you want, or you can just put the horse back in the condition claimer. It's not like he's worth $50,000 and we're getting, 26 for him. That's probably what he's worth. First Glance race good again. Got it roughed up, and Mario said, I got stuck. Had to put him in the 4-hole and come with him again. He said, I might have driven him a little hard. Listen, that happens. The horses race great for us all year. Yeah, he got roughed up. He'll live. He'll come back next time. So great. So First Glance got beat up a little bit. Not the end of the world. That will happen in horse racing, right? That'll happen in competition in every sport. So, it's always about how they look the next time out. And most of our horses are pretty tough. I suspect that this little guy is too. So I'm sure he'll come back, race great next week. At Glarium, we'll qualify Tuesday at Mohawk. James and Johnny and Teresa have her back now in Ontario. I'm a Lovely Lady. Talk about getting roughed up. Great. First Glance got a perfect trip compared to the trip that poor lady got. She got roughed up hard on, I want to forget the day, on Friday. But, she did everything she could. Thursday, she did everything she could. She was still trotting at the end of it. She's a tough filly, and I'm sure she'll bounce back. Italian Grit finished second the other day, raced great. Jazzy Judy will race Thursday in Delaware, in Harrington, Delaware, in the final of the Delaware Breeders'. I will fly down to drive her on Thursday. Miss Meringue trained in 2-4. Jason said she wasn't quite as spry as Rose Run Why Not was training the day before, but trained good nonetheless. We'll look for a qualifier on a week from Wednesday for Miss Meringue. Mama Knows Best raced her heart out the other night, raced great, second in 56, looked great. Talk about heart, my Jazz, man, oh man. You guys weren't there. You didn't see the display she put on. She is one tough filly. Man, she's a nice filly. No Free Lunch ended up injuring his foot, this horse. He's done for 90 days. Almost the exact same injury that Will to Win Hanover had. Almost the exact same injury. So the prognosis is great, but it is what it is, and he has hurt himself. So he'll be a good horse for the winter for us all winter long. We'll probably have him ready, let's see, August, September, October. Yeah, he'll be ready to go around Christmas, I would imagine, or somewhere around there. What else do we got here? Northern Blizzard jumped on his foot. A lot of the times also jump on their foot. He cut his foot, it'll heal. He gave himself a pretty good gash. He's going to need a couple of weeks off. It's just timing. I said this to our clients, my partners the other night. Horse racing in a lot of cases is about timing, and this horse has had bad timing from day one. That doesn't mean that will be a trend. That doesn't mean that will continue, but it simply is reality. So Northern Blizzard, coming off that race where James ended up running him into about 3 blind switches in Ottawa, and then coming back to Ontario, we all had high hopes and we were all expecting big things, and then to have him jump on his foot, make 2 breaks is just a kick in the guts, but that's the way it is. So Northern Blizzard's going to need a couple weeks to come back. Perfect Record will be back in the barn in a couple weeks. You're going to give him 3 weeks off, maybe a month off to relax, recoup, put some weight on him. Rose Run, why not? Ready to go right now. Trained her in 2-2 last half in a minute. Jason said she's ready to rock. Now, the beautiful thing about the fairs is you don't have to qualify to go to the fairs. So I think we're just going to put Rose Run, why not, in to go Friday at Northfield. Make no mistake, this is the same division I'm a Lovely Lady and Mama Knows Best is likely going to be in. So we'll use this as a qualifier, but at the same time, she is ready to go right now. Jason said she felt amazing the other day. So Admirable looked amazing the other day. Mark Beckwith has her firing on all cylinders. We did put her on gate, but we priced her as a seller, and I'm not really going to move a whole lot from that price. I think rather than wait to see if she can do, the class is above. And this was on the recommendation of Mark. Maybe test the free agency market, so to speak. Test the open market and see what we can get. We listed her at $32,000. I think that's what she's worth. But at the same time, if we have to race her in the class above, then we will do that also. Sweet Ambitions has gone back to Ontario. She's racing Sunday tonight in Georgian Downs. How will she be? I have no idea. We are going to wait and see on this one to see what happens here. Tanzanite Trex has been racing good. She's going to be back in to go Tuesday at Mohawk. Really impressed to watch this filly. Interested and happy to watch this filly progress as a racehorse. That's My Girl looked fantastic the other day. Winning at the Meadows. We really got her dialed in now. Tim's done a great job with her. She is going to race again this week at the Meadows. Tipsy and Dixie, fastest mile on the trot in a swamp at Hanover Raceway. I've never asked to race in a swamp before, but I wouldn't mind if a couple of drops of rain fell next Saturday also. She's racing against some Gold Colts. That was an impressive outing. Man, she's an impressive filly. I don't want to race against Colts and Gold horses and whatnot in a very open event, but at the same time, if we're going to pick one, this would be the one. Walk on the Moon. There's horse, he's a grassroots colt and didn't look as good as Dixie. Mario thought he was slipping in the mud, really didn't feel he was getting the track very well. But nevertheless, he's a nice colt. He'll aim for the grassroots his next start. Were we welcome again? I told Carmen, listen, the dream of the Golds is over. Find a spot where she can win, and if you can't, I'm going to turn her out until allergy season is over. We know she has speed. We know she's fast. We also know she's a heartbreaker. She's been that way for a very long time. So we know that she has allergy problems. Fine. If the allergy problems are causing mucus and issues and compromising her airway, fine. We can mitigate that. We'll just turn her out until later in the fall. And that is exactly what I'm absolutely prepared to do if she comes up with another stinker like she did her last two. And then Won My Heart Hanover, little flat. Put her on Lasix, little flat. Her first start, she got roughed up a little bit. Then last week, she was a little bit, got really drug out of the race. Not really her fault. 4 wide in the last turn. Closing in. I thought she should have been third, but she ended up a very close fifth. We'll see how she races this week. So those are the age sources. Just got the barns left. I'll be right back with them in a minute.